to drive me. I'd like to have my own personal driver. That'd be nice.
That would be nice.
Driving Miss Lifestyle Jules.
Yes, I like that. Actually.
What do you think? You could just be my personal driver, and then you could just quit everything else.
Everything else, yes. I think we should get the perfect car for it. And
right? Don't you think so? I need to get the Mercedes, the Sprinter.
There you go.
Right?
I could do that.
And then I could get like the whole setup in the back, get the fridge, get the whole, and then you just cruise me around everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay,
We could shoot Cabana Boy to fan you too.
Right? Oh my God. Okay, so when Lifestyle Jules becomes famous. Yes. Then you're
She'll
hired.
have her famous driver. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't even ask you. How do you say your company?
So it's Elena.
Yeah. Okay, your last name is Jelly. H-J-E-L-L-E.
Yep.
And thankfully she spelled it out. It's Jelly.
Jelly.
And then Elena.
Yep.
So tell me. I would have totally gotten that wrong.
Yeah.
So I knew there's a story behind this, isn't there?
A little bit, yeah. It's kind of more like how to keep in the community. There's a whole bunch of, yes, there's a story. There's a whole lot that goes into it.
Your girl. Come in, get
There
a
we
little
go.
closer.
Hey.
Okay, so this is the thing, you guys. I started, well, first of all, you tagged me in a post, and you were having your grand opening, and I was watching it. All of a sudden, you just were popping up all over my Instagram, which is incredible. I'm like, I need to have this boss lady on my show.
Yes.
Incredible. You are making some serious waves this year.
Yeah.
So, and of course, I read her bio. Did you read her bio? 2023, you started.
Yep.
But this year, all of a sudden, everybody's starting to notice you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, women drivers, for women. I mean, who wants to get in some creepy car with some guy?
Not me.
So scary.
Yeah. No,
so
I don't.
How did it all come up?
Yeah, so back in my 20s, way back.
Which was like last year.
Yeah, last year was like last week.
She just had her 21st. Right. What are we talking about?
So this just happened. No, back in my 20s, I would go party a lot and.
What? No.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
wait, her daughter's here.
I know. They cover your ears.
She never did anything. Okay.
I was a perfect angel in the bars, doing nothing. I would have to call for an Uber because no drinking and driving.
But you are that young. Let me just say, there was no Ubers when I was 20s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, back in my day, there was Uber Lyft. It just started, too. So it was kind of even more scary and nerve-wracking. But then I would take them and have just some weird people either hit on me, make comments. Finally, when I stopped doing Uber Lyft altogether, I would do it with, like, my friends and stuff, but by myself I stopped because I had a stalker. And
really?
Yeah. So
do we need to hear about the stalker? Like a real stalker?
Yeah, like a real stalker, like had to go to court, had to get a restraining order.
Did you know this guy? Was this somebody that you like dated?
No, he was just an Uber guy, took me home one night and then had like showed back up at my house.
Well, you are
with
pretty
a
cute.
6-pack. Oh, thank you. No, with a 6-pack of beer, and he's like, "Let's hang out," and I'm like, I don't think so. And my daughter was little back then. So
wow, that is so scary.
The fact that he like remembered where I lived or whatever
that
he
is
did,
really creepy. You don't even think about that.
No, I know. So that had happened, moved on with my life, didn't really give it a second thought. It was back in August of last year. I had to go back to Minnesota for a friend's, just to be by her side.
Okay.
And I'm just need a ride to the airport, so I call the Town and Country company. I'm like, surely
it'll be okay.
Yeah, they'll be professional. It's a Town and Country car, not a big deal. That guy was a creep too. So came home.
Well, I mean, you got to imagine too. It's the perfect job for a creepy guy.
Oh yeah, it's the most vulnerable place for a woman to be. It's.
Gosh, you're gonna scare me tonight. Okay,
no.
Yeah, I mean, you know what?
No,
though?
you
We
have
all
to
need
bring
to be
awareness.
scared. We
You
all
have
need
to
to be
be
scared.
aware.
Do
Yeah.
you have Mace on your keychain?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have one of those like things to pull? Do you have
Right.
911 ready to go?
Yep. Yeah. No, honestly.
Make sure that your car in the back seat isn't locked from the baby locks.
Yep. My biggest thing is just knowing self-defense too. Like we in the community, I promote it. I've got a company that we do it with, that we have an event with in June, and we're doing free self-defense for all the women, because you have to know it. And like my daughter especially, like I try to get her into it. She hates it 'cause she sweats, but it's okay. It's what I've created.
Oh, you sound like me.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't sweat the hair. I think that.
The lashes, it is.
The lashes, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, so the Town and Country driver was creepy.
Yeah.
So then what?
And so I just, I came home and I was kind of over it, and I've had this thing for a while now because I do work full time. sorry, excuse me,
Two
guys.
full-time jobs.
Two full-time jobs. I work.
Did I tell you, badass?
Yeah, and I work in IT, so I have my bachelor's in psychology. Did that, dabbled with CPS. I've always known.
Oh, I had my guy on a few weeks ago was in CPS, and he was like, I just
Yeah.
can't do it anymore.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, my heart was not strong enough for that. God bless all of you caseworkers out there, because it's not easy.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said it got to a point where he became like emotionless
Yeah.
because it's like it's so heartbreaking, and there's so little that you really have control over to really help.
Yeah.
That he just was like, I just can't.
Yeah, no, my thing was having to take time away from my daughter to be with these people who didn't want to be with their kids.
Bro, it's
Yeah.
it's anyways. Okay, so
Do better, guys. So
I'm like, there needs to be a license to have children. There needs to be a license
Honestly,
to get married.
something,
like a real
because-
license, not like you got married. Here's your license.
right, per the government. So where were we? So I have my two jobs. I have a degree in psychology and computer science, so I'm now in IT and changed up my career path. I've been wanting to do something different on my own.
Entrepreneur.
My soul is not.
Sitting at a desk.
Yeah, my soul. I have to be out interacting with people, the
Yeah,
community,
me too.
doing something that makes me feel good at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And so just also watching my daughter grow. She's going to be out and about in the world very soon, and she's going to be doing the same stuff I did. I'm not ignorant to it.
She's a smart one.
Yeah. So just with that and being frustrated with I don't want to work corporate America. I just want to do my own thing. I want my daughter. I want to leave her a legacy. I want her to be proud of me and have something.
I can't imagine that she's not proud of you at this moment.
Yeah, she's my biggest cheerleader.
I love that. Okay.
And so yeah, Elena came up and I said to my mom one day, I'm like, why not do this? And she's like, you're crazy, but let's do it. And I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And then I just started doing it. Like I got my business license, my LLC, all the stuff.
When you look back now, I mean, it hasn't been that long, but are you like, God, that was a huge freaking jump? Like I look
Gosh,
at
yeah.
what I with Lifestyle Jewels, it's been 10 years, and
Wow.
people didn't even know what an influencer was. When I started doing it, people were like, what are you doing? What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
All you do is post pictures of yourself, and I'm sure you've gotten that from people like, what are you doing?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm discriminating against men or sexist or.
It's not that. I will tell you. So my really good friend is a gynecologist, and she's seen a few women who have gotten raped on Uber rides.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
horrible stories.
Yeah.
Horrible, horrible stories. And I will tell you, as a mother, my kids are now 26, 24, almost 26, almost 24, almost 22. Whew, how did that happen? I don't know.
Oh, right. Time goes by.
But my daughter, she, pay attention. This will never happen to you because you're already so far ahead of the game, especially with your mom doing this. But my daughter was at a party, a house party no less, and I didn't care what time my kids came home. Just keep me in the loop, just so I'm not worried that you're dead in a ditch.
Right.
So she texted me, she said, it was like midnight, she called me, I think, and said, okay, I'm on my way. I'm calling an Uber now. Great. And this is, I think, before you could track an Uber. Like now you can
Yeah.
share your ride. And so she sent me she's like, I'm getting in an Uber. I called it. I'm like, okay. Well, I fell asleep on the couch waiting for her. I wake up an hour later and she's not home.
Oh.
And I'm like, she's freaking dead in a ditch.
Yeah.
Like, she was getting the Uber. Where is she?
Where is she now? Yeah.
So now I'm like freaking out. I'm waking up my boys trying to figure out, how do we find her? Do you have friends of hers on TikTok, right? Like, whatever.
Yeah.
So I still can't get a hold of her. I'm calling her straight to voicemail, straight to voicemail, straight to. Like
Yeah,
an
panic
hour
mode.
late, I'm like, she's dead. And the Uber driver killed her. Well, an hour later, she finally calls me and she's like, my phone died on the way when the Uber was coming to get her. So the Uber never got her because her phone was dead.
Oh my goodness.
But she's in a house. So you can't tell me that
There's not one
nobody in a
person has a
house.
phone. Yeah.
Nobody has a phone. Nobody has a charger. But like that's.
We all know what was really.
I was like, oh my god! So she made it home safe, and we didn't have to worry about the Uber driver killing her because I was going to kill her.
Right.
She
Now
did.
that's gone.
She
Yeah.
did survive that night, however.
Good.
But it is, and my son too. My son one night he spent the night at a friend's house, and even for younger, even boys, I should say, that's also still
Oh yeah,
scary.
boys is a thing too. Yeah.
My son is like deathly allergic to cats. He's spending the night at a kid's house, and the kid had a cat, and so my son's like can't breathe in the middle of the night, so he just decides to call an Uber without calling me.
Oh my gosh, how old is he?
He's like 12.
Oh no.
And he Ubers home on his own. It was another time I was going to kill my child.
Yeah, don't do that, guys.
Right? Like, that's so scary,
Oh,
you
my
know?
goodness.
Because, again,
Yeah.
it breeds creepy.
What are you doing? That's amazing. Watching him come home, like, I can just imagine. Mom! It was throat all swollen.
He's
I
like,
took an Uber home.
Yeah.
I can't be mad at you right now.
That's exactly right. Like,
Yeah.
he's like, I couldn't breathe, Mom. What do you want me to do? I'm like, could you call me first?
Yeah.
Call me. I could have come and picked you up. At least I would have had,
Call
like...
the cops to take you home
Yeah,
for
right.
anything.
Oh my
goodness.
So I think this is, like, such a genius idea.
Yeah,
And
thank
I
you.
was asking you, like, who's your demographic?
Yeah.
How does this whole thing work?
Yeah, demographics. So right now, I would say like early 30s up to the wiser women up in their 70s, 80s. A lot of them I'm doing doctor's appointments for.
I love that.
So yeah.
And it's 24 hours in advance, but then they
Right.
know who they're getting. It's either you or
Yeah.
your mom.
Yes, my mom, it's just me doing all of everything, and then my mom helps me on the side when I need help with rides. It's a lot of Chandler, Phoenix, Gilbert, Scottsdale. We do all, like, so we are similar to rideshare, or to Uber, Lyft, excuse me, in the sense that we're a rideshare company.
Okay.
But we're very different because we do everything else. Like, we do wine tours, we do the doctor's appointments. We will sit there with the women if they request. And a lot of the older women request we sit with them. We'll sit with them for the 3 hours at their doctor's appointment.
Oh my God. So how do you charge for this? Because this is a totally different...
Just mileage. I don't right now, and I know people are like, oh my God, you're not charging per hour. It's not about the money for me right now. It's just about, like, these women and their sense of comfort.
Oh my gosh.
A lot, like, for example, woman, one of my clients, she's in her 70s. Her husband passed away recently. She's never drove, and she's never been without
Oh my God.
him.
She must love you.
So she
you
wanted
are like...
us to be with her. Yeah, she wanted us to drive her to her doctor's appointment and also sit there with her, and we did. And she was so nervous, like, to be without her husband.
Oh.
So we do everything. Like, we'll do Salt River tubing, take you and your girlfriends.
Okay, well, that's far. So then do you stay there?
It just depends on really what's happening. So it is kind of far. If I have rides out in that area, like Apache Junction, I'll have a couple rides sometimes. It's very rare I do in that area.
Because it's 24 hours in advance, you guys. So you can't
Yeah.
just call her today and say... I mean, can they try?
Yeah, no, I have had people,
Okay.
yes, absolutely. I have had people call me, do you have availability? And I will get up right then and there if I have it.
Yeah.
It's very rare I do, but I've done it.
Well, especially, okay, so with your 2 full-time jobs, are they from home? Are you working
Yeah,
from home?
Yep,
Okay.
they're remote.
Okay,
Yep.
so that helps too.
Yeah.
So you can pick up, you can do a ride and then come home and fill in your day, and that's why your daughter's not getting the time that she needs, because you're
Yeah,
like,
I know. She's like, you love Elena more than me. I'm like, don't talk about your sister like that.
oh my God, I love it. It does sound like your sister.
Yeah, so I'm like, listen now, because we're gonna be doing great here soon, and it's
There's a method to the madness.
exactly right. Like,
Yeah.
she knows I love her, right? I mean, there's no
course.
doubt about it. But honestly, finding the time, yeah, it's new business
Yeah.
is insane. It's
Yeah.
really, truthfully.
Well, that's that whole like
24/7.
work-life balance thing. It's like it's almost impossible to
It's rough, yeah.
really dial it all in. Like
Yeah.
something's gotta fail somewhere.
Well, yeah, and I'm ADHD too, so I hyper focus on one thing at a time.
Yeah.
And Elena is my hyper focus right now.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's not just my daughter who's like, Mom, water me, I need some, you know.
Yeah, but she's also at that age too where we were talking about this.
Right.
Your kids get to. There's so many women, right? There's the opposite. It sounds like you have to work. Are you a single mom?
Single mom. Yeah.
Right. So you're the sole provider,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
But there's so many women that they don't do anything for themselves except mom. And there comes a point when they leave the nest and then they have no skill.
Yeah.
They haven't been in the workforce.
They don't have their identity.
They have
Yeah.
zero identity. So there's that too. Like
Right.
the cool thing for your daughter is that she gets to see what being a badass woman
Yeah.
looks like.
Yeah.
And that I think is like the most incredible thing of all, to be honest.
Thank you. No, that is kind of like right what I was saying earlier. I want her to see that she is always watching me. I know she's sitting here hearing me, but she really is. All kids are your eyes. They're watching you. Your children are
And you're
your
showing
mirror
them.
of you.
And you're showing your daughter, it actually gives me chills. You're showing your daughter because you do not do your child a favor, particularly girls, of the old fashioned thing of, well, you just grow up and you look beautiful and you get married and you have children and you live, and I can't tell you how many women now, their husbands cheat or do ask out of the blue, ask for a divorce and leave them with nothing.
Yeah, no.
And no skill. They've never earned money. They don't know how to do anything. And then what?
No, that's what breaks my heart. And I've told her, she knows she has her one meal, her one signature meal she can cook, her one cheat meal for when she goes off to college because she'll be leaving for Colorado. She will not be here in the States. We'll talk about that later. No, but
Why Colorado? You already know Colorado.
She wants to go to Colorado State because they have like one of the best vet schools there. Yeah. So
I have a lifelong friend that actually went to Colorado for vet school. She became a vet. She wanted to be a vet from the time she was just a little girl.
Same. Yep.
Big animal vet. Big animals?
Yeah. That's farm animals and stuff. Yeah. So she's thinking just like domestic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, she's doing the horses, and she would show up. She was living in Thousand Oaks, and it's like really wealthy people on big farms, right?
Yeah.
And she'd show up at the door, and they'd be like, "Well, where's the vet?" Because she looks like she's always looked really young, and she's like, "I am the vet."
Yep, that's me.
If you want to get somebody else, good luck.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Okay, so she's gonna go to Colorado. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, just a few more years left to.
And that's another reason why I started
You gotta
this
do
at
it.
this time too,
Yeah.
because I have to start like I have been that helicopter mom that's so up her butt in her life that I need to start kind of building my own thing.
It's good too
and
because
also,
it's a time they say like the teen years is the time that they start kind of moving away and becoming their own identity.
I know.
And
yeah, it breaks my heart.
Yeah,
it's sad,
right
but
time.
it's also exciting too to see the woman that she's blooming into. And I just want her to be a good human to society, really, honestly.
you're definitely showing that. Just
So-
like you're saying, I can't believe that you would go and sit at their appointments.
Yeah. They love it. They eat it up. So
I'm sure. I mean, you will be their person for life.
yeah, no, I mean, and that's the great thing about this too is I have heard, I don't know if this is true, but one of the hardest things in business is to retain clients, and I am retaining the heck out of them.
And that's okay. So we were talking about that because I'm like, okay, so what is your vision of this company? Because honestly, like I didn't know your business plan. I saw you on Instagram. I've seen you popping up everywhere. I love what you're doing. I love that you're taking this on. But I'm thinking, all right, how do you stand up to Uber and Lyft, right? And you're not trying to.
No, not at all. No, because theirs is all about quantity. Like quantity.
Yeah,
Yep,
quantity,
sorry.
yeah.
Let's just bang out all the rides we can for all the money and just sit pretty. They're worth billions of dollars.
And they have no idea.
Yeah.
You have no idea who is picking you up.
Right. You have no idea. Just like with Instacart too. I don't know if you've done Instacart.
Yeah.
A female's picture will show up, but a male will show up at the house.
Really?
And I'm like, what the heck? Like, it doesn't bother me, but that's not okay. They show pictures and have identification for a reason. Some women would actually be traumatized.
I just got right. Well, I don't ever answer I let them leave it.
Yeah, same here.
I'm like one of those that like waits for them to leave, and then I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But then, this last time I brought my groceries in, it smelled of cigarette smoke. Like I can't even tell you. I was like, that is so gross. When your groceries smell like cigarette smoke, like what was he doing? Like just smoking like a chimney all the way.
Disgusting.
It's so disgusting.
I would ask for a refund.
I mean,
That's
they
nasty.
probably would if but I was like,
But
wow.
yeah, no, we do, and that's the thing. We do shopping for them too. Like, I have a couple ladies that I'll take shopping because they can't drive.
Yeah.
They just need their Trader
But
Joe's
you
trip.
literally are just doing mileage.
Just mileage. That's it. Yeah, I know. And I have had so many women that are so great, and they're like, Megan, you're losing out on money, and I'm like,
So do they tip you though?
I know
probably
they do tip me
you.
very nicely,
Yeah.
yes. And they are like, because you're not charging me hourly. And I'm like, right now, I'm 3 months old. Maybe in time I will. And
Yeah.
but I'm just figuring out what you guys want
No, and
right now.
right. I
I'm
think, and
figuring
I
out-
totally get that. And you know what? I love that because they always say, and this is lifestyle jewels too. Is I've always given. I always lead with giving, and the hope that it'll come back to me at some point. Like if you do the right thing, it breeds. Like I see the forest through the trees, and I think that's what you're seeing
100%.
too. You're building your brand, you're building trust,
Yep.
you're building relationships,
Yeah.
and then in that, people know that you're doing the right thing. Why wouldn't they tell their friends and their friends? And right, it just grows that way.
It's kind of a way of marketing, really, truthfully, because I'd be spending money somewhere. It's not like I'm losing or
And it's authentic, and you can see
right,
that.
exactly, yeah.
Like you,
I really,
like you wanted, as you said, you like really want to do good. You want to be a good person, and these are, truthfully, I mean, it's just a donation to these people that really need it.
That's a good way to look at it. I like that.
I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you ever bring your computer and work while you're sitting there with them?
Not really. I'll do like marketing on my phone when I have downtime. But we just kind of talk. Like they tell me their stories, I listen. My mom does a lot more of them than I do because she's got more time.
And patience, probably.
She's a saint, I swear. I'm a patient person, but like my energy, my battery runs low really quickly, and so then the patience.
It also helps, I feel like, with our parents. Like the older you get, just the more you just kind of calm down. Even if you are like super wired, I have come. Can I even say that? I've calmed down a little bit, right? Like I feel like you just sort of become more patient the older you get, and more understanding of.
Yeah, if I were to look at myself 10 years ago compared to now, huge difference in patience and what I tolerate and what I don't,
and appreciating downtime too. Like
100%.
Now, people are always surprised to see that I can like sit on a floaty. I did that on Monday. I was just on a floaty in a pool for an hour, and my boyfriend's like, "This is surprising," and I'm like, I can appreciate downtime. In college, I was like, okay, what are we doing now? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like, I was always in a rush to get to the next thing. Like, I'm bored. I don't want to sit and watch TV.
Yeah,
I don't want to take a nap.
Me. We're always bored.
Now I'm
learning to just relax is a gift that should not be like taken lightly. Because
and I think when you're so busy, having that moment where you're like, oh my gosh, let me just enjoy this for a minute.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's honestly like. Okay, if I could give any advice to any new business person,
there it is, right here.
Honest to God, like please just be in the moment with everything, and really, because I got wrapped up in it so easily. I looked up and I'm like 45 days with no day off, and I know that doesn't sound like a lot.
No,
45 days consistently, 24 hours, building your business, working 2 jobs. I sat back and I'm like, let's go to California because
I need downtime.
I need to like not only downtime to be in the moment and just feel everything that just happened, but like appreciate everything that just happened and not take it for granted.
What does a typical day look like for you?
So I mean, first thing in the morning, I look at my calendar and see the rides I have.
What time is that?
I wake up at like 4 or 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Earlier sometimes if need be, but I don't do well on a lot of sleep, so I don't get a lot of it.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I used to be like that.
Yeah.
How old are you? Can I ask?
I'll be 38 in July.
Okay. God, you're beautiful. Like you are ageless.
Oh, well, I have a great Botox lady.
So we got some good skin too.
Yeah, well, that as well, yeah. Thank you. I don't remember where I was going with that.
So you don't need a lot of sleep. So you get up at 4 or 5.
Okay, yeah, my day. So I do that. She's summer right now, so I don't have to take her to school or anything, but I would have to take her to school, get on. My 2 jobs are East Coast, so I'm on their time.
Early, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Greatest thing about that, though, is I get off
done
at,
early.
Like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So then I have my time to do whatever. Then I jump into Elena. I'll do Elena sometimes. Shh, don't tell my bosses, but I'll be like in a meeting.
Well, yeah, and also because you are working from home, and
Yeah. I'll just be like,
there's not one person out there that works from home that isn't multitasking and doing other things.
Yeah, I know you're doing the dishes because I do it too.
Everybody does.
Of course. Yeah, you have to because it's weird to just sit there.
Well, that's the way the world is these days. I mean, and kind of I don't know, it's a little bit of a downfall. Like you're saying, we're like not in the moment. We're doing 50 things at one time, but we're also now expected to do 50 things at one time. Like,
Yeah.
you always have your phone on you.
Yep.
Like, vacation is not vacation. You still have your phone on you.
Right.
You're still expected
Yeah.
to be doing, it used to be, you couldn't take your big, huge computer with you. So when you went on vacation,
It was actually a vacation.
you have your flip phone that doesn't do anything but make a phone call.
Yep.
Right? You were on
I know,
vacation.
I miss those days.
Yes.
Oh.
Now it's like, okay, well, I'll do work while I'm out of town.
And yeah, I'm so guilty of that. And my daughter will tell you, I'm always constantly on my phone working now. And it's funny because, like, that was half like her dad and I when we were married. I would fight with him, get out of your phone. But now it's like
The roles have changed.
Yeah, drastically.
Yeah.
And I have to be in my phone because I'm doing everything, like the marketing.
Well, isn't it so funny? I barely touch a computer anymore.
Yeah.
I hate a computer at this point.
I know. I have a degree in computer science, and I can't stand it anymore.
I'm on this like 24/7. I'm like all the
Same.
time.
It's so easy. It's so easy to network that way. It's so easy to your
And
calendar.
it's at your fingertips. It's all at your fingertips. But also, let's talk about this because the fact that we have everything at our fingertips, our brains are not being worked like they used to be worked. We aren't memorizing anything. Like, you used to know everybody's address. You used to know everybody's phone number, right? You had to think about how to get to an address, right? You didn't have GPS. Like, now, it's like you don't even look at the address. You just pop it in, and then you just follow the yellow brick road. It says turn right, turn right. It says turn, right?
Yeah,
And
autopilot, 100%.
Autopilot,
Yeah.
100%. And so we're not doing math in our heads like we used to. Use your brain to actually do math, and now all of a sudden you just go, oh, let me grab my phone.
I know. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart for my daughter's generation because, like, her daughter. Oh my gosh! See, the nerves are kicking in now that we're
good.
on. We've been on for so long. Her friend was over this weekend, and they were just sitting there in her bed, kind of like this. And I'm like, go outside and play. Go do something outside. Like, that's what we had to do. And I grew up very, very poor, so we had to find things to do and
make entertainment.
Yeah, we had to make things.
Yeah, we
fun.
did too.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
So-
I was just telling my friend, a friend of mine for 30 years. We were talking about the reason that I got married was I had graduated from college and I was straight A's, pre-med. It sounds like you were really driven too through college.
Mm-mm.
No, you weren't. No.
No.
You're like, no, I got my degrees but wasn't driven.
Yeah.
So I got out of college and I was like, oh, I'm going to take a year off and before I applied for medical school. And I got a job in San Francisco, and so they moved me there, and this is in 1996, which they did not have, there was no GPS.
Yeah.
Your cell phone was a flip phone, right? And I had like limited minutes, like very limited minutes.
Yeah.
And my territory was San Francisco all the way up to the Oregon border. So imagine, here you are, you're doing all these rides. You
Yeah.
just pop it into the GPS, follow the elevator. So I'd get an address. All of San Francisco, 14 hours I didn't get to
Oh
the
my
Oregon
goodness.
border.
Yep.
With a map. Who's ever used a map? Have you ever used a map?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And
Okay.
then we went to Google Maps where you'd have to print it out.
Oh, you have to print it. Okay,
Yeah.
well, here I have this big old map, right? And I'm like trying to figure out where to go. And in San Francisco, in Arizona, the freeways are so easy. You always exit right.
Yeah.
In California, you exit right, then you exit left. And so I'd exit right, and then in 1 mile, I'd have to get across 8 lanes of traffic to exit left during rush hour traffic. I mean, I would just be like having a complete panic attack at all times.
Right.
And so the man who became my husband, he knew me from here before I moved to San Francisco, and so he'd call me once a week, twice a week, every night, and basically he was like, "Quit your job, move home, and marry me." And I was like, "Done,
Sold.
sold. I'm out of there."
Yeah. Yeah.
But that was like a totally different time, and it's amazing. And like ChatGPT. Okay, here's the question: do you use ChatGPT in school?
I actually haven't.
No.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, you need to know what ChatGPT is because it'll help you so much with your marketing and all sorts of things.
Okay.
Because ChatGPT, you're the computer science girl.
I don't know what the heck this is. What is it?
Oh my gosh, AI. So you can go into it
Oh.
and say, act like a marketing genius. Let's do this.
Okay.
Okay, ready for
Yeah,
this?
let's do
Okay. Can you believe your mom doesn't know what ChatGPT is? You know what ChatGPT
Yeah.
is. Okay.
My English teacher always talks about it.
Okay, act like a writer. Write up, create a description for a driving service that is by women for women in the Phoenix area. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Introducing Her Ride, the premier driving service in the Phoenix area, designed by women for women. At Her Ride, I love it's called Her Ride.
Her Ride.
We understand the unique needs and concerns of female travelers, offering a safe and reliable and empowering transportation experience. Our fleet of skilled female drivers is dedicated to ensuring your journey is comfortable and stress-free. Whether you're commuting to work, heading out for a night on the town, or running errands around the city, with Her Ride, you can travel with confidence, knowing that your safety and satisfaction are our top priorities. Experience the difference with Her Ride, where women drive the future.
That's weird. And it's just taking it from the internet, huh?
It's
Just
taking it from
words.
the internet. Uh-huh.
That's ugh, I don't like that.
So you could
That's
ask
weird.
a question, and you could ask a question like, okay, act like a detective. Act like a detective.
Well, I'm scared to see what we're gonna get from that. Oh my goodness.
Let's see, act like a detective. Act like a, detective. What are the reasons, the reasons women should be scared to take an Uber? All right, what are the reasons? Okay. As a detective, number one, reports of assault. Numerous incidents of sexual harassment and assault by drivers have been reported, leading to concerns about passenger safety, especially for women traveling alone. Driver vetting issues. While Uber conducts background checks, so look at all this information came up with 7 different things. Given these factors, it's clear why some women might feel apprehensive about using Uber. So you could, let's say on a marketing post that you're going to do, you could be like, so you could get this information from ChatGPT in 3 seconds, and you could do, why do you want to take Elena? And here are the 7 reasons. And it's spit it out for you.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's.
You're
I put
welcome.
a lot of time into this stuff too, so that would help.
Right, no,
but it's kind
and-
of sort of similar to Grammarly. Have you used Grammarly? So Grammarly I use for grammar, but it also like has a part on it to where you can say improve it, and you can say how.
Yeah, you can do that to this too.
And it does that, and it.
You can say
Gets
shorten
your
it up. You can say
Mhm.
add emojis.
Yeah.
You can actually teach it your, like, what your voice sounds like.
That's crazy.
And so it'll,
Yeah, I do know that part of it because there's a lot of scams going on with that, with the voice and stuff.
it's really creepy.
Yeah, that I know about, but the name, but I never remember any names of anything either, so.
I don't either.
I'm so bad with that.
That's my downfall a little
yeah,
bit.
that's my toxic trait. I don't
So,
remember.
so what is the plan? I mean, I know you probably want to make it bigger than just you and your mom.
Yeah, so the plan is to make this a full-time thing, right? I want to be able to be done with my day jobs and have a community of women that work for me. Not a large community, but a community.
Women that you've vetted and you trust and you know, which I just brought up. We were talking before we started. Zona Pest Solutions is my pest control company that comes to my house, and it's either Billy or it's Tyler, and their wife is and Billy's wife answers the phone.
Yep.
It is the 3 of them.
Yes.
So you always know, like, even if you're not home, when Tyler's going into your backyard and you have your precious dogs, he's going to take care of them.
Yes.
You don't have to worry about your dog escaping. You know,
Is
all
it a
the
different
things.
person I don't know going into my home?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Yeah, no, that's kind of like where I want to be with it, right? Like the ladies know who we are. They're comfortable with us. We stay with them from beginning to end.
And especially the older ladies that feel so concerned about. Actually, I have somebody to refer to you.
Okay.
She is in her 70s, a friend of my mom's. I can't even understand this. But she decided when cell phones came out, she wanted nothing to do with it. When computers came out, she wanted nothing to do with it. So here she is in her 70s, living by herself. She doesn't have a phone. She doesn't have a computer.
Ooh, yeah.
She has a home phone. Who has a home phone?
She
Right?
does.
So anyway, so here she could actually call and book you 24 hours in advance, and she wouldn't have to worry about it.
Yep.
Because you can't just call an Uber.
Right, yeah. And
There's
that's,
nobody to call.
I know a lot of feedback that I'm getting too. People are like, you need to get an app or you're not going to succeed. I'm like, but I don't want to. I will get an app. Like, here's the thing with the apps, right? So they're over $50,000 and they take about a year to like go through production and be of use to anybody, okay? It takes a long
Oh,
time.
yeah, you're a computer science girl.
Yeah.
Not only that, the apps change. Like, it's such
Right,
it's a
and
fortune.
you gotta pay every time you change something. So it's like,
It's a fortune. That's not your.
if eventually I do want to get like an SOS or a tracking my trip thing on there.
Okay.
But booking, absolutely not going to happen, I don't think, because for me, not only is the booking calling, it's a safety procedure. So we're getting the women on the phone. We know we're not like,
Picking up some creeper.
yep. And then also the initial, hey, thanks for calling Elena. I swear to you, their stress goes like immediately. Sorry, guys. Wrong episode of wrong
this,
channel.
No, this outfit is super cute. I love it.
Thank you. Anthropology. It's a romper, actually.
Oh my gosh, I did not know. Okay, Anthropology.
Yeah,
That is
romper.
freaking adorable. New and your cowgirl boots. Are you a
Yeah.
cowgirl? Are you?
I am whatever I feel like that day.
Oh,
you
see,
know?
that's what I love about.
Yeah.
Okay, you and I think are two pieces of. That's what I love about fashion. Is like one day I could be like super girly, the next day I could be
Yeah.
super sporty, the next day I could be cowgirl,
Yeah.
the next day I could be right biker chick. That's why I hate home decorating
Yeah.
because
oh,
you're
I know.
committed.
I know.
Like, how do I pick what I want forever?
Forever, I know. No, it's just whatever personality wakes up with me. For
Me too. Oh my gosh, I totally yes. That is how I feel. That's why
Yeah.
the house thing. I'm like, you want me to pick something, and I have to keep it for like
I know.
years.
I know. I'm such a minimalist because I can't make up my mind. So I'm like, let's just leave it super
Simple.
basic.
Which you know what, you can never go wrong with that.
You really can't.
Well, when I first got divorced, I lived right at the Princess Hotel. And my subdivision was called the Princess Enclave. So I named my house the Princess Palace because,
Love it.
okay, right? I was married for 22 years, so now I'm finally getting my house. This is my
Yep.
house. I didn't get to make a single decision on anything when I was married.
Yep.
I was in hell. And so I moved into my Princess Palace house, and I'm like, I want my room to be pink. And I did my whole room
Yep.
pink, like throw up, puke pink.
Yeah.
And I loved it for about 2 months, and then I was like, what the fuck was I thinking? I want to throw up. This is so much pink. So I had to redo the whole thing, and so ever
Yeah,
since
that
then.
happens a lot. That she goes through that. Every year we're updating her room, and I'm like, I can't
That's
afford
a
this
total-
anymore.
That's a total girl thing.
Yeah.
Well, is Pottery Barn Teen still a thing?
Yeah, it is.
It-
We don't go there because
It's just expensive too, but
Yeah.
okay, when my daughter was little, like it came out and it was like the thing. Like,
Yeah.
everybody like now you can get cute. You can get cute and expensive at Target, right? Like you can get cute anywhere.
Yes.
But you could not in Amazon. You can find cute. At the time, like Pottery Barn Teen was like
the
it,
thing. Oh,
right?
I know.
And yeah, my daughter would be like every year. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah. So, well,
Yeah.
same for like my generation. It was that, and like if you did not have an American Girl doll in your room, you cannot sit with us.
I know.
kind of thing. Like
That was
what?
I know.
Yeah.
And a
But-
fortune, right?
Oh yeah, but no, we're super minimal. I'll let her do her thing with her room, but I keep it very minimalist. And also, I believe like clutter-free house, clutter-free mind, and it works, guys.
I totally agree. Every time, well, since I moved like 5 times in like 4 years, you
Yeah.
really, I was laughing about it because I'm like, do I have a frying pan? No frying pan, no forks. We got nothing in this
Yeah.
house. I got rid of everything. I got rid of it all. We don't have any of that.
Yeah.
No cooking, basically.
I know. I'm actually there right now. I'm like, shoot, I went a little too minimalist. Now I don't have what I need to make these damn cupcakes.
That's my problem.
Yeah.
That's my struggle. I definitely don't have any muffin pans.
I
I
don't have
definitely
them
don't
anymore.
have cooling racks. I definitely don't have. Yeah, people
No.
come into my kitchen and they're like, "Are you serious?" I'm
Like,
like,
how do you cook? And I'm like, one pan does the job.
right? Like,
Hello.
I'm not cooking. I'm working.
Yeah, I know, right?
Okay, so we didn't finish your day. So you
Oh,
get off
my day.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
if you get off at like 1, but you'll take drives all day.
Yeah.
your mom will fill
Oh,
in.
the drive. Yeah, the drives are all day. Today, so like right now I'm here. My mom's doing my
I was like,
rides.
so yeah, I was
Mhm.
going to ask you. So
Yep.
thanks, Mom, for doing
Yes,
the rides
thank you,
for her.
Mom. I mean, they go from like 3 in the morning to 11 o'clock at night. They're sporadic, but
So what time do you typically go to bed? Like, are you like a 12 to 4, 12 to 5? Or?
I'm like, I sleep from like 12 to 4. Yeah.
I did that. I actually did do that for a long time.
I
And then
know,
I hit
it's-
a wall.
Well, it is catching up with me. I take my naps though. I
I
am
do
a
too.
napper.
I took a nap today.
Yeah, I have to nap, or else even my daughter, if I get like cranky, she'll be like, "You either need to go to bed or eat something." I'm like, how about both? Because if you go to bed on a like an infant child I am, I need to go to bed on a full stomach.
Yeah.
So I'll do that. But no, my day just really consists of working, driving, doing whatever.
So does
she's
everybody
doing.
pretty much know your mom and you at this point?
Yeah, everybody knows us.
Yeah.
Yep. They'll request her. They'll request me. There's no one else to request, but yeah, it's just us. And
What car can I ask what car do you drive? It's like how many people can you take?
yeah, okay. So for that is a good question because I have my 4Runner that
Okay.
we use, and we can hold up to 4 women. But if we do, like I had a bachelorette party
You
recently.
both went, or did you rent a?
No, so I have a friend who has a fleet of
Oh.
like different types of vehicles that I can
Oh.
just like use. I'm
That's
very
nice.
blessed. Yeah, so I can just pick up whatever vehicle. I picked up a 12-person shuttle from him not too long ago.
Really?
Yeah.
So how does he charge you?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, business, right?
So then you charge extra for
Yeah,
that?
shuttle fee. Yeah.
Okay.
Shuttle fee, and I am very clear about it. And I'm like, I'm basically renting a car for you guys, and it's in there. It's cheap. It's not like
That's
stupid
awesome.
expensive.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Oh, see, so look at that. That's really awesome. And how much more fun is that than to have you as the driver, like on a bachelorette party?
Yeah, it is fun because I'm fun. No, but the only downfall to that is I don't have like a liquor license, so I can't
No
have
alcohol in
in
the car. Yeah,
Mhm.
you have to be careful about
I
that.
can gift them alcohol, but they can't have open bottles in the vehicle.
Oh, you can give them alcohol, but they can't. They can't be drinking it in the car.
No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. No.
Do they care?
So-
I can't imagine that they care.
I haven't had one person yet drink in the car, so like
you can't manage for 20 minutes.
yeah,
from here
and
to
it's
there?
right, and it's not like if they want that champagne train, like
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the way to go
yeah.
all day long, and they know that in advance.
Well, and that's a much bigger. I would say that's a much bigger
That's a
party too. That's a whole nother.
yeah.
And much more expensive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
hmm Yeah.
But really, how much alcohol can you drink, and do you want to drink too?
Yeah, and I'm just taking them. It's not like again like the champagne train where you will party, and that's her territory. That's for her thing. But like for my bachelorette parties, they're mostly like just for a nice dinner
Yeah.
out, just to get the experience of having a safe transportation. They would
Yeah.
call an Uber or Lyft anyway, so why
Yeah.
not me? And I don't charge outrageous again because it's like
So this
As-
is a question. You live in Chandler, so if somebody
Mm-hmm.
calls you from Scottsdale, is the drive to pick them up, is that part of the mileage?
no.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, you guys! Like seriously, like
Yeah.
it's a total no-brainer.
Yeah, no, it's mileage from the time I get there to their drop off.
So how much do you charge per mile?
Okay, so per mile is $1.62.
And what is like Uber or a taxi?
I
Do you
think
know?
they're probably like $1.70 to $1.80 maybe.
Really? So they're
I
more
did,
expensive.
Yeah, they are. I actually had a client call me out the other day, and she's like, "Well, Uber is this price," and I checked, and I'm like, "Well, then I'll give you $10 off," because like I'll compete with them all day long on price because I don't. Again, I know I'm here to make money, but I will get my customer
Okay, all day
make you
long.
feel
I need my
safe.
daughter to call you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call you. Yeah.
So, and then if you're 55 plus, I have Wiser Women Club, and then it's $1.21.
What?
Like what I did there, 21.
I love it. That's so cute. But
So
okay,
it's
this is about,
$1.21.
are you running into like, oh shoot, I can't do you even 24
Yeah.
hours in advance?
Yeah.
So are you starting to want to hire?
Yeah, so I'm in the process actually. I have an amazing HR lady who I've hired on part time.
Whoa, look
Mhm.
at this. Okay,
Yep.
cool.
Yep, and I
To
have
do interviews and find.
yeah, we're
So
doing
what
an
are the
employee handbook
things
right
like?
now.
You have to obviously have a good driving record.
Good driving record, absolutely no criminal history or sexual assault or anything like that. I'm going as far as like no bankruptcies.
Are you doing fingerprints and stuff like that?
No, we're not doing fingerprints. I have looked into it, and it's kind of something like, do we do that? I don't know because I don't know. I have to do more research on it, truthfully.
I don't
to
know. I
see,
probably
like,
would. I mean, like to be a realtor. I'm a realtor too.
Yeah.
You have to be fingerprinted.
Okay.
I mean, then that.
Yeah. See, I have to be for my jobs, like what I do.
Yeah.
But
I probably
I
would.
don't
Why
know.
not?
Actually, I've read into it, but I never really like put too much thought into it. So I'm gonna look into that.
Like, why not? Right? It's not
'Cause-
that expensive to do it, but it just gives you like peace of mind. Like,
yeah, that would be great. And then you could have that on because they'll have to wear like badges with their identity on it, and then just kind of like say fingerprint verified or whatever. I don't know, but that's part of like, right, growing. Like I'm still learning all that stuff.
Yeah.
There's when I have my meetings with the girls I have hired on, we're asking questions like that, and that's why it's taking so long.
Yeah.
To,
Well, again, you're boutique. You don't need everybody. You need the right people.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so I have girls right now that want to be drivers that they've been sitting patiently for like a month and a half.
And is there an age? Like I know we were saying, is your daughter going to do it? Is there an age that you want them to be to drive? Like,
I want them. See, I don't even know if I would have her drive at that age.
Yeah.
She would do like marketing stuff
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
finance or accounting.
well, this there, I mean, there is. You get your license at 16, but are you like? There is a thing about being a time, right? Practice.
Yeah.
Practice makes perfect.
See, but that I have to be careful because of age discrimination laws. I can't say no, but like I need somebody.
But they're not 16-year-old Uber drivers. There's probably a way to look at what the laws are to be an Uber driver.
Life
Like there's,
experience is what you're gonna need.
yeah.
Because you have to have some kind of life experience.
So it's
to
good
be
that you
able
have
to-
an HR person because that does get really freaking tricky.
It is. No, yeah, we've ran into so many stuff to we're like, oh my gosh, we have to either,
Well, you said you even got picked on for discriminating against, like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
are you serious? Like, men, there's enough rides for you. Go fucking find it.
yeah, no, my gosh. I was talking to one of the gentlemen that interviewed me, I don't know when it was, he used to be an Uber driver, and he said, I guess, like, guys were just, like, turning down men, passengers, to only accept women.
Oh,
So, like, that's how creepy it is out there.
yeah, super creepy. Well, what about discrimination for, I identify as a woman, so pick me up.
Yeah, it's hard. I don't know yet. So it's like all these things I
So
run
does
into.
the HR person, like, have that all dialed in to understand?
Yeah, so we have like and I have a lawyer too, right? Because this is such a sensitive subject.
Yeah.
Like, if I say the wrong thing, how my business is conducted is kind of like Hooters, if you will. Like, they aren't going to hire a gentleman. They have a specific atmosphere they're trying to fulfill, so they only hire women. For me, mine is
Safety of women.
the safety of women, and none of my drivers feel comfortable with a man in the car. So I'm not denying service. We just don't have the capability. I take husbands and wives though. Like, I've done that.
Yeah.
And like, even some of the women with their husbands, they're like, I still, with my husband, don't feel safe with a man Uber driver.
Yeah.
And so I've done husband,
it's
wife.
just like,
It's just,
I mean-
I'm not comfortable with driving a man in my car. I'm sorry,
Think
guys.
about-
I love guys. You guys
Yeah.
are great, but
You don't know them.
right.
It's like, I mean, okay, so I was walking my 4 fucking dogs, and this lady is walking towards us, and she's like, oh my gosh, they're so cute. And they are so cute, and they seem so harmless. But Rosie, she freaks out, and she nipped the lady.
Yeah.
And the lady started to bleed.
Oh boy.
And I'm like, she's a little freaking Cavapoo. She's a Cavalier King Charles Poodle. She's a little dog, right? And the lady was so nice. I felt so bad, but you don't know
Right.
these men, that you don't know this dog, and you're putting your life in their hands.
Yeah. Yeah, it's scary. It's really, it's just uncomfortable for me, right? Like, it might not be, even my ride share service for women, some women don't want anything to do with it, and that's okay.
Right.
Some people are like, well, Waymo, and I'm like, I would never in my
Oh my gosh,
life-
did you see Waymo was driving the wrong way on the road the other day?
No,
Like,
but they were behind I saw a video of they were behind a truck with a tree in it, and the Waymo thought it was an obstacle. I had to get around, so it was swerving, like, in the bike lane, and I'm like, it doesn't know that this tree is on a landscaper's truck moving. It just thinks it's this tree.
Oh my
I
God,
have
that
to be
is
in
so
control
freaking-
of everything, so me getting in a Waymo would absolutely never happen.
I know.
I'm
Well,
just
besides the
another-
fact, there were so many things that have come out. People are having sex in the back of the Waymo because you
Oh.
don't have a driver, right? So
Yeah.
then that's gross.
Yeah. See, yeah. It's just another option, ladies, okay? That's all this is. Elena is just another option to get around because, believe it or not a lot of people drive. Like, really, truthfully, I honestly never put thought into it. I went into Elena like, oh, just pick up all the drunk girls, protect them.
But it's not.
That's not what this is at all. It's like women who have real trauma, like real severe trauma, or women who just
I have 2 ladies to connect you to. I have another lady who's a realtor, she moved out here from Chicago. She never drove.
Yeah.
And then she's in Arizona where everybody drives.
Yeah. Well, no, really. I mean, I take a lot of ladies to work too, because ladies don't want to drive.
But you're right. People get in terrible car accidents and they're fearful. They don't want to drive.
Yeah. I have a client that lost her sister and her nephew in a car accident, and now she won't get into a car. And she even is like very nervous driving with me, and so I'm extra cautious about it, and I try to make her feel comfortable, but it's hard. You know, like in those scenarios, you don't ever know what.
But can you imagine if she got into some creepy Uber car? I mean, like,
she would be.
First of all, they wouldn't care about how she felt.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Yeah.
I love what you're doing. I am so glad I had you on tonight because, you know, I'm sure you guys have seen her pop up. Literally, it's been all over Instagram. Which congratulations to you that you're like popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
But like having you on and talking to you makes you that much better. And that's kind of why this show exists, because I get to feature the person. You know, there's so many businesses out there. For those of you who've just been calling Uber and calling Lyft and just thinking that's what's out there. There isn't. There's more.
Yeah.
And like meeting you and knowing you makes like, I'm gonna call you the next time I go to the airport for sure.
Yeah, do for sure. I'll give you a free ride too.
Oh my god, I get a free ride. No, literally for 100% for sure. I know. I absolutely need you on July 4th when I fly to go to Europe.
Ooh.
And I'm going by myself, so I will need a ride. Yeah.
Heck yeah, girl. That's awesome. Congratulations.
I'm meeting my boyfriend there, but
okay.
but he's gonna be already. So I'm flying by myself, so I'm gonna need a ride to the airport. So for sure, that one, 100%.
Okay.
We'll like line that up tonight. Seriously,
Yeah.
we'll line that up.
Cool.
But you don't have to give me a free ride.
Oh, well, I will, because like having me here is amazing to bring awareness to the community.
Thank you. And you know what? This is a business and you deserve to, it's like incredible. I totally want to support it. So for those of you out there who, if you are a woman and you know when you need a ride, it's not just on the fly, it's 24 hours in advance.
Yeah.
You got to book it, but so worthwhile because you're going to pay the same amount or less and you know who you're getting. And don't you want to support? I love supporting women, badass women.
Yeah.
We got to get her doing this full time so she can spend more time with her daughter before she goes off to college too.
Oh my goodness, I know. 3 more years.
And that way she can afford to redo her daughter's room every 6 months.
Every 6 months, yes, guys. That's what it's for. Really.
So what's the best way? How do they find you? How do they book you? What's the deal?
Yes, so you can call 480-878-9501. Call or text. That's my direct number. You'll get me. You'll deal with me always and forever. That's one of my favorite things is connecting and scheduling the clients. Or you can go to AlenaRides.com, which is ALEGNARIDES.com.
And I'll post all this too.
Yeah, or reserve@AlenaRides.com.
So
They can get a quote through that as well.
Okay, cool.
A lot of different ways.
That's incredible. So do you take how do you take payment? Do you take everything?
So everything except check. We don't do checks.
Who does checks?
Yeah, so there's a
Zelle,
QR code.
That's easy.
Yeah, QR code they can scan and do, or they can go to my website and there's like a client express pay button that's right there.
So do you keep them? Can you just keep them in there and just like kind of auto charge it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yep,
cool too.
and then or cash. Yep, they
There
do cash.
you go, and must give very nice tips because she's amazing.
Yeah. All proceeds go to redoing my daughter's room.
There you go, exactly. Oh my gosh, so much fun. And she will appreciate that very much.
Yeah.
All right, so we need a song to get out of here.
Okay.
Let's see. What are we going to do? I like
What do you want?
Oh, well, here we go. Little dance tonight. Good? All right, you guys. Got Megan from Elena. Call for your ride.